Last episode, we got ourselves all geared up, collected some wither skeleton skulls, transformed this village into an arena to fight the wither, and even summon the wither. In this episode, we'll see if I survived that encounter and recap what we accomplished in 100 days of hardcore Minecraft. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so stressful. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was not talking that entire time. Holy crap. Well, we survived. I got the Nether Star. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, everything is trashed. Whew. Well, we did it. I didn't die. Oh my goodness, that was something. Wow. You know, I'm really glad I didn't lose this world. I am very fond of this world, and I would hate to lose it. And looking back on what we've already built, I mean, it's not anything crazy for 100 days, but you know what? I'm proud of what I've gotten done. I'm glad that you guys could be here with me to accomplish this. Oh man, looking back on it. Oh, that was very stressful. I really thought I was going to die there for a minute. I think I used all of my potions. I still have 2 apples, but oh man. Alrighty. Well, the wither is tamed. Yeah. With that, I think we can officially say we've survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Let's take a look back at the past 100 days and appreciate what we did, and get ready to move on to the next 100 days, where I'm going to be more focused on building. I am surviving. So, is our beacon. I'm excited to see what comes next. And with that, let's jump straight into our forever world. Wow, this one is looking good. We've got pretty cool cliff face right there. We've got some coal right out the gate. Got a cool mountain spire going on. Well, we should probably collect our first tree. Ooh. So we'll just knock this down from the top. All right, now that we've got our first tree, should probably look into collecting some resources. Oh, or fall into fun too. Yeah, yeah, let's go check out this mountain. It looks really cool. I actually kind of want to settle around that. It could be a cool little centerpiece to my builds. This side's really cool as well. We should probably get some stone, some coal, find ourselves a nice spot to live. Wow, that mountain is amazing. I've never seen generation that cool. Yeah, let's get a crafting table, some sticks, throw that down, get ourselves, I'm going to make an axe and a pickaxe. Oh. And there we go. The reason I want an axe is because I have a tree felling mod on, just so I can collect wood a little bit faster. Like it didn't work there. Huh. Alright, does it work now? There we go. I guess I just messed with settings and messed it up, but that's okay. Yeah, let's look around. I really like this plains biome. Looking really good. Let's see if we can jump up with a forest here, but let's use some free cam and kind of get a lay of the land. Wow. You know what? I wouldn't mind putting a base right up here. I think that'd be a really cool spot. We'd have to do some terraforming, obviously, but this, I think right up there is where I want to settle. So let's start heading that way. There is a cave at the base of it. I think that'd be good to jump into. Food, though. Should probably look into getting some of that. Chicken is a safe bet, I suppose. Yeah, we've got plenty of coal that we can collect there. Get ourselves some torches. That'll be good. Grab another tree. Get some stone tools before night. And then there is some iron there as well. Would be a good start. Collect up some of this. Alright, and then we're going to ditch the old wooden pickaxe and build ourselves a nice stone pickaxe. We'll keep the wooden axe just because with the tree felling mod, I can probably use it till it breaks. Next thing I want is obviously going to be this iron. Pop out some of this dirt. Climb up and grab this as well. Alright, 8 iron is a good start. Should probably grab some of this coal as well. I'll take damage though. Alright, this should be a good little vein for me to collect up. Oh, only 3 pieces. Let's move over to this next vein. Alright, I don't want to spend all day in this hole digging out resources, so let's kind of get a lay of the land. We have a location for the base that looks pretty good. Massive caves that we can explore. Really liking this world. I think this will be a good world to kind of survive in. Speaking of which, kind of some survival rules that I'm setting for myself. I don't want to use totems. Just a personal preference. I don't like to use totems. I feel like it takes out hardcore. Then it just becomes kind of survival. No shame in it, but not for me. And then I'm also not going to be using a bed. I want to kind of stretch the days as far as I can. But with that said, shelter is going to be very important. Like I said, we're probably going to build on top of this hill. Need some resources. Variety. I like oak and all, but, you know, spruce is right over there. Sweet. So that should be pretty good. Looks like it might be next to a dark oak forest, because I'm seeing some red, so those are mushrooms most likely. Cherry blossom, I don't think I'll go that far. I think what our best bet is to start heading in that direction, gather up some of that spruce to bring it back here so we can start building our home. I'm going to head on over there right now. Right, so the spruce is just around the corner, but it seems I've sprinted myself to near starvation. So we're going to set up my furnace up on this stony shore for a moment, cook up some of the animals that I ended up harvesting, and we'll continue our journey in the morning. But just wanted to give you a quick update right there, and then also probably move just beyond that, make sure that we get our dark oak as well. There also seems to be a drowned structure just hanging out in the shallows here. I have to jump in there and grab that, but I'll bring you back in the morning. I'm just going to try and avoid some mobs and gather some of this coal up while I cook my food. Still just waiting to cook up my food here. There is not one spider jockey, but 2 spider jockeys. Oh, and he's noticed me. This ain't good. This is very not good. Alright. Our first combat, and it's a spider jockey. Alright, first one's down. And the spider's down as well. That turned out really well for us. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you back to show you that there were 2 spider jockeys, but, well, one of them got a little too close, I suppose. Anyway, Bruce in the morning. Alright, it seems the sun is finally coming up. Did do some stuff over the night, cooked up most of my food, made a bundle with some leather and string. I did make the bed. This is just for setting my spawn, just so if we ever get to the nether, I don't end up somewhere else. Other than that, I collected it up, quite a bit of coal, made myself a bucket and a shield, and we're going to continue our journey over to those spruce. Let's get on over there. Alright, that should sort us out for spruce. Mainly the saplings are what we're looking for, but nice to have some wood. Zombie there. I believe I did see a dark oak forest this way. We're going to go a little further away from where I want to build, just to see if we can grab some dark oak. Variety's always nice to have. Oh, appears we've got some pale oak around here as well. It's not quite what I expected, but okay. Looks like we've got a dark oak there, and I guess we'll grab some of this pale oak. I haven't actually used this, so not familiar. Not sure if we'll be using it, but hey, might as well try. And I assume this works the same as dark oak. Probably need 4 of them to make. Also going to take some of this pale moss. Sure, we can make it. We can bone mill more later, so I don't want to take too much. Now let's also grab some of the dark oak. What have we got? Closed eye blossom. I don't know anything about these. We're gonna take them. Let's grab ourselves this dark oak, and we'll start making our way back. I just had to make a new axe after breaking that tree, but we've got some dogs here. Wondering, should we try and tame one? We only have the 1 bone. Nope. Unfortunate, but kind of expected. Before I go back, brown mushrooms here. Good to take back. We can actually grab the red mushroom. Well, that we have both for. I think. Yeah, that works as well. Okay, perfect. Hey, interesting noises now. I just want to see if there's anything else. I am hesitant to go inside the pale oak. Not quite sure how the creaking works. That might be something we discover together. But just kind of wanting not to tempt fate too much, but at least look and see if there's anything else interesting. Got a cave here with, I think that's lava. This forest actually makes me really uneasy. I don't want to be snuck up on by creaking. I know what they look like, but I don't know the mechanics well enough to mess with them. Oh wow, got a large cave here, some zombies. Oh, and it looks like we have a lush cave. At least a small one. A witch? No, that's a zombie. Got a variety of zombies back going on here. We want to get down there and get the azalea. See if we can sneak down. Cheeky about it. The bat just burned itself to death. Yep, right there. Unfortunate friend. Oh, there's a lot of them behind me. Okay. Well, let's get out of here before we get mauled by a pack of zombies and head on back to where I was planning to set up. We should have enough, or at least the type of woods that I'm planning to use. Might have to farm up a few. Ooh. Might as well get distracted getting some more, decorative. I guess I can make a farm out of these. These are more decorations to me. Yeah, let's hop our way on back over to that peak. And we'll kind of look into getting some resources collected and building our starter base. Wow, I just wanted to bring you guys back to look at that peak. That is an awesome centerpiece. to kind of the area that I want to build in. I think that's going to be kind of the center of the area that we build in, just kind of this valley area. I'm going to develop it up and see what it turns into, but man, that is just, that's one cool mountain. I've never seen anything like that. Alright, we are back to the spot that I kind of decided was going to be my starter area, or starter where I'm going to place my starter house. Yeah, kind of looking at it in free cam a little bit. Want to flatten this top area out just a little. I think taking out these top 2 blocks should give me enough dirt to kind of do what I want. Some terraform this area up a little bit. I should have plenty of space to build my starter home. I think that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to build some shovels and put some storage down. And we're going to terraform all of this down, fill in some holes, and then probably start working on getting the house built, or at least collecting the resources to do so. So let's do that next. Alright, so with the area flattened out now, I'm going to actually start collecting the necessary resources to actually build the house. I don't really have a plan, I'm just going to wing it. I find that to be the most fun. But I've got some wood types going to grow. So obviously we've got our spruce, I've got some oak, some pale oak, which I think would look nice. And then because I didn't have too many saplings, I also planted those. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of collect up all of those, as well as probably look for a cave to go into. I've obviously got that one we can revisit, or I think there's one right over here that we can revisit. Yeah, I jumped down in there for a second with some torches. So probably go visit some of these caves, collect some resources, mainly stone, but I'm also looking for decorating ones like andesite, and I can't remember what the red one is. I believe that's granite. But anyway, I'm going to jump down in some mines, grab some resources, both ore and stone alike. Then I'll kind of bring you back once we've got a nice bit of resources to actually start putting together the house. I guess I'll see you around then. So I ended up jumping into a nearby cave and digging out everything I could get my hands on, from coal to copper to iron, where I could find it. I also grabbed a bunch of granite and andesite, so I could texture parts of my stone builds, and the granite was for a chimney that never got built, but I did end up using it. I also got myself a bunch of cobblestone that I ended up smelting down to stone bricks, which I ended up using for the foundation of the house. Lastly, I continued to gather up spruce, pale oak, and regular oak, as I was unsure as how I was going to put this house together. Well, I just finished collecting a bunch of cobblestone, and I've come up to 2 creeper holes. I also picked up some leads and some leather, so I'm guessing the llamas and creeper traveling trader had a bit of a disagreement, so fortunate for me, I have to clean up the mess, but I guess as long as it isn't actually in, as long as it didn't destroy my chest, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to happen. Would kill the llamas now to prevent that, but I see, well, the creepers seem to have taken care of that, so we won't worry about that. We'll just fill in these creeper holes, get back to the resource collection of these trees. I think the next, or the only thing that I really need now, other than the logs, is going to be some deep slate, because I want the roof to be. So, that'll be the next portion. Let's get to that. So, same as last time, I jumped into a deeper cave and gathered as much of the surrounding ore as possible. I also bumped into a mine shaft with a spider spawner and quickly ran to light it up before anything could come out of it. While I was down here, a creeper ended up giving me my first diamond by blowing up the blocks it was hidden under. I later found some more diamonds on my own, which I dug up before beginning to dig up all that deep slate that I never actually was using for my build. Next, I jump straight into building my house. Followed by terraforming the surrounding area to something a bit more appealing. Forgetting to zone out some crop fields. Next, I added a small stable for a couple horses I had found and used to help me explore the surrounding area, in which I located some villagers. Alright, so with that building now finished, just kind of want to touch base with you guys, give you kind of a tour of what I've been doing. First things first, you guys probably noticed that I now have some diamond tools, as well as some diamond armor going on. And that is thanks to this villager breeder that I kind of put together, and the villagers that I've started trading with. Very loud. Okay, with them turned down, this guy has been the backbone of my economy with his stick trade. And then we've got this guy, which gave me my armor, and I do have a mod that makes them so they come pre-trimmed, so that's why I've got some trim on my armor. We'll probably make our own set sooner rather than later. And then we obviously have these villagers, which I've been, it's not great, but I've got ones like this, which give me unbreaking, flame. This one gave me efficiency, reach, I don't know what that is yet. And then obviously fortune and silk touch, so I do have some maxed out tools now. They kind of have, like, I've got my fortune pick and silk touch pick, so those are all taken care of. My armor is not maxed. I didn't spend that much time with the villagers. That'll probably come later. I just kind of was doing that because of all the terraforming that needed to be done to get the base looking the way it is. Let's get down to actually looking at the base. This is the road that I plan to build, and we'll do a lot of stuff down here, probably in the next episode, if not the one after. This is our entrance, so we'll just kind of come up this way. To our left, we have our carrot farm. To our right, we have our small potato patch. We come up some more, we've got tons of wheat that kind of span kind of almost all the front. Look pretty good to me. We have this little seating area, just kind of like an outdoor area that I kind of put together. Needs something to go here, but I didn't want another like prop filled. I kind of like this little seating area. It's a little decorated. I like it. And then we have a little pond here that I put in just to kind of fill in that area. This is the stable that you saw me build. I did remove the top. Didn't really like the way it looked against kind of the back of the house, so I kind of removed that. Got my 2 horses in here. This is our super fast one. This is the slower one, but I think he was the first. Can't remember, but anyway, I need some names for them. So if you have any, make sure you drop those in the comments below. We keep following the path down this way. This takes us to a work in progress sugarcane farm. It is obviously a work in progress. It's been a long time to find sugarcane in this world. But yeah, we come back up and you can see the house. We'll come around and do front view of it. I guess this tree's just never gonna grow. Like right there, maybe fill that in. But yeah, we've got our house, which is all decorated. It looks really nice in my opinion. We'll kind of do a tour of the inside. I also got my dog here. If you've got a name suggestion for him, also drop that in the comments. But yeah, going into the front door, we have like a little work area of like I can dump something off or I can quickly craft something. Lights it up. I put one of those blossom flowers up there. Thought it was cool. And some firewood. We walk over here. We have like a little work area underneath the staircase. Another shelf up here, which just got some firewood. And we've got our kitchen. Got my little cup and little steak dinner, even though I'm trading now for golden carrots. But yeah, let's head on upstairs. We go upstairs. We've got our enchanting room. I did run back and I grabbed some glowberries from that lush cave that we found. I kind of dug around a little bit and ended up finding a deeper one that actually had the glowberries. Got my lapis stored here. Got a grindstone. We have our enchanting table and just some pots and lanterns to kind of light up the area. I like this area. It looks very nice. Over here we've got my kind of workspace. So we've got most of the useful work tables, some crafting benches, and then I've sorted out kind of my ores, so like copper, coal, iron. Got my diamonds, emerald, redstone. Lapis usually goes here, but I moved it over to that chest for easy access. What else? And then we've got my blast furnaces, anvil, just regular furnaces. And then we've kind of got, for why I put hay bales here, I just felt like something needed to go here. Then we've got our loft area. Come up here, and this is my bedroom. So I'll put like a set of armor here eventually. Maybe I'll go buy an extra set, or when I make my own set, I'll just put this on this armor stand. A little crafting, some books, some storage, and I'm gonna line this up a little bit. We can look out the window, kind of look down into our little valley area. We've got our tower. This is where I plan to put my brewing stand, so I'll put like some soul sand and nether wart here, and then probably the brewing stand right here, and you just kind of look out. But I kind of like the way this all turned out, you know? I think next episode, I've got kind of a plan. Let's go to free cam here, go it off a little better. Got kind of a plan to kind of make this area into almost like a village, and this will be like a manor up on the hill. And I also want to do something with this hill over here. I'll probably clean it up a little bit, kind of get rid of this weird snow patch going on. Clean this up and then put kind of a monument up here of some kind. Probably end up putting my nether portal up here and then building something around. So that's what we have to look forward to next episode. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed any part of this episode, go ahead and leave a like. Leave me a comment suggesting what I could do better, what I could do more of, what you want to see in the next episodes. But till then, I will see you guys next time. Bye! In this episode of Hardcore Minecraft, I'm transforming this bland mound of dirt into an inspiring piece of custom terrain, all designed to complement my grand oak tree and its secret passage into the nether. If you're ready to witness that transformation, or want to catch more content like this from me, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. With that said, let's jump into it. The hill that we're going to be terraforming in this episode is going to be that one right over there. And kind of looking over the materials, we're going to need a lot of wood. Started planting some stuff. Oh, that was convenient timing. We're going to need a lot of wood, and we're going to need a lot of leaves in order to make this happen. So I figured the best thing that we can do right now is to make a bone meal farm. And I found a design by somebody named, I believe it's Sabello622, which we're going to go down into our little villager trading hall over here. And we're going to kind of dig out a space and build that farm here. Don't worry, I'm going to eventually take all these villagers and move them up. Trading hall will get its own dedicated building. They might just get a whole village where they can free roam. That's a future project. We'll come back to that a little bit later. But that's what we're going to stick at for right now. I am going to need a few resources to build said bone meal farm. I'm going to pop down this chest and start gathering up those supplies. And yeah, I'll bring you back once we have those supplies in hand. Okay, I've gone and collected all the resources needed to build a farm. Here's pretty much everything we'll need, except I need 2 buckets of water and 2 buckets of lava. But everything's here, so we're going to get building that. Now I'm going to do that in time-lapse because I'm going to be watching a tutorial as I do it. So enjoy the time-lapse of me putting it together. Okay, I believe the farm is ready, so I guess to start it, they said bone meal this, that switch. Up already. Well, I'm not quite sure what I did wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not working. Let me figure out what is happening. Okay, it looks like I've got the farm working now. I just had a comparator down here that was facing the wrong direction, that one right there. But yeah, other than that, the farm is now running, and it should give us enough bone meal to collect all the resources that we're going to need in order to build a tree. The keen-eyed among you would have noticed that I need this observer requires quartz. So I did momentarily step into the nether to grab just a little bit of quartz, but we're not going to go into the nether this episode. That'll be saved, but I do have the portal at least set up now, because I just jumped in, grabbed 1 piece of quartz, and then left. That's all I did. So yeah, I'm going to let this run, and then I'm going to start collecting pretty much everything that I need to. I've got a long list of resources I need. Like, we've already got 18 bone meal. I know this is a self-eating farm, though, so yeah, there's 40 in there. And then I guess it just... I'm not going to pretend like I know what it's doing, but it feeds itself and continues to run. So I'm just going to let this kind of do its thing. I will come and use the bone meal as needed. But yeah, let's jump into collecting pretty much all the leaves and wood that I'm going to need. Do that. Okay, so it looks like I've got most of the resources that I'm going to need. Pretty much just a ton of wood, leaves, and other decorative items. So I think time for us to get started. Before we do that, there's some housekeeping that. First things first, we're going to name our brown horse Cow based on this comment here. Thank you for the suggestion. Run up there real quick. I'm going to grab some name tags as well. I'll probably do that in a minute. But right now, at least we're going to sign. Oh, this is Cow. Go in here and we'll name him Cow. Something moved me? Oh, no, that was the... Never mind. So yeah, that's Cow. And then, because I was watching Rapunzel or Tangled with my daughter, this is now Maximus. So she named him. We'll put Maximus. I don't know if I spelled that right. But we have Aximus, which is my axe, and now we have Maximus. So the only thing that we have, or the only pet that we need to name now, is our dog here. So if you have any suggestions, always let me know in the comments, and we'll get the dog also named and name tagged. And I'll grab some name tags off camera from my villagers. We'll name them. But now we're actually going to get into building the trees. So I'm going to pretty much just flatten that mountain out. And then we'll kind of go from there. And then we'll do some terraforming after we get the tree built. So let's jump right into that time lapse. Okay, now that I've gotten this all flattened out, kind of looking at it, I think I want to move the tree to be more centered kind of right in this area, sort of right at the front. So we're going to tear down the portal, move it right here, and then actually start building up the tree. So let's do that and get busy putting that tree together. So, was working on the tree, and, got a guest here. Full diamond armor. I don't have a way to save him, but figured I'd show you that. My goodness, he's tanky. Oh my goodness. Go down, dude. Ooh, a chest piece. God. Fire protection. Oh, you know what? We'll save that. We'll throw that in the chest. Anyway, back to the time lapse. Alright, and there it is. The completed tree for the most part. Just have to light the portal on the inside. There it is. Got the whole tree kind of built up. It looks really good. I like the way that it kind of came out. There's some terraforming that's going to be done here shortly. I don't want everything to like mimic this side of the mountain. Something that kind of looks like that almost. So we'll just kind of refine this a little bit. Then we'll make a little trail that comes up and then get rid of all the snow. So that's kind of the terraforming that's going to be next. But yeah, the tree is now done. So we're just going to clean up the terrain, light the portal, and then we're going to be heading into the nether here soon. So yeah, I think the next task is to kind of get my stuff ready to do some terraforming around here and build a path. Do the path first. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, if you have any suggestions on how I can improve this, I mean, I like the way it turned out, but I know it's, you know, far from perfect. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to jump into getting this terraformed. I'm going to pull that horse out of there. And then we'll kind of, obviously, kind of flatten out some of these roots, and we'll see kind of what the terraforming turns out. But I'm liking the way this looks. Yeah. Let's jump into terraforming. Oh. Well then. With that, let's jump to terraforming. I've said that like 8 times now. Alright, so with most of the terraforming done, I think it's time I start working on the path. Well, I did lay out this kind of markers to indicate I was going to put a road here. I think what I'm going to do is just that. I want everything to be kind of connected. So I think the road will kind of come down and go off this way to kind of follow those markers. This is going to be like a T in the road. I'm going to have the road continue to go this way. And I'm also going to have it out. Back in this way. Pop up onto here, and the road will follow these natural bits of terrain that I... Up. Actually, gonna move back just a bit. Come up onto here. I'm gonna snake back in on it. So here, line up, and this little ledge here, here. Just kind of snake its way up the mountain. Whatever you want to call it. Way, and finally another route. So if it kind of come out and around like so, snakes up and down, and then I can add foliage here as well as up here, kind of decorate this area. Right in this area, I want to build another pond. Maybe it'll go down to, we'll see. But I just kind of want to put a small pond kind of right in this area, and then we'll add some foliage, probably some more spruce trees right around here. Probably have to fix up some of the terrain here, but I'm getting a little burnt out on digging stuff out. But yeah, so let me get this path all put in, and we'll see how it kind of looks. Okay, so I may have gotten a little carried away with the path, but let's take a quick walk on it. I added a bunch of fences. I added these spruce trees just to kind of background my house and show that the trees are kind of, or the forest that I am starting to establish is fading out. I added this little water feature with a stone in the middle. I feel like it really fits in. It's really nice. It looks really cool at night with all of these firefly bushes. I'll have to take a look at it then. Kind of heading up here, I had a whole bunch of sweetberry bushes that I kind of planted around, as well as the flowering azalea. Then I took some of the extra leaves that I had collected and built a few bushes around, just to kind of flesh out the area. Really like the way this came together. So we'll head up our path here. Lots of flowers, lots of foliage, just kind of fill this area out, all lit up. So these bushes, I've got one that's kind of hanging out over this cliff and just kind of coming down a bit. Come up here. more. It's got all of this kind of put together. Got these bushes all over. Added some mushrooms kind of hanging out under the canopy here. Little details. I'll probably come back and do maybe some buttons on here to add little dots to the tree trunk. But I really like the way this came together. Looks really nice, especially from like my window over there. But stuff I want to add into here, we'll add like a little nether or a little quartz block there, and maybe an armor stand with gold here. But there we go. Got the tree all lit up. Come out. There it is. It looks even cooler now. It's because it's got the centerpiece all lit up. Yeah. So, I know what the nether looks like. Let's journey in there together and kind of see what it looks like. So we're on day 69, so that's nice. But yeah, let's get into the nether and see what's going on, huh? Welcome back. Last time we built this massive oak tree for our nether portal, and today we're finally stepping through to see what's on the other side. If you're excited, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's jump in. Alright, and welcome back. We are in the nether. It's, not all that exciting, to be honest. Our spawn isn't great. We seem to be in a bit of a box. Like I said in the last episode, we did jump in here to grab some quartz. This is kind of what I came out to. So, I tried digging down to see if that would get me out. We opened up into a giant lava lake below us. Seems to be some basalt down there. But yeah, this is where I got the quartz. Dig through some stone there. I did not have the foresight to grab cobblestone, so give me just half a second to grab some of that. Okay, we are back in the nether, and I brought my cobblestone this time. We're going to try and get over there into that crimson forest and see if we can start at least being able to explore the nether by getting down that, I guess, down to the base. We might do something. I do want to decorate my portal, but with it being where it's at, I think that's going to have to wait for another episode. For this episode, what we're going to focus on is not getting burned alive. This episode, we're going to... Goodness, I'm really bad at this. We are going to try focusing on getting into a fortress and maybe get ourselves some wither skulls. I ultimately want to start getting into the end game per se, but I do want to get at least a beacon going. Not this episode, at least I want to get everything prepared to fight the wither. I think that'll be our next cool task of the world, is to kill the wither. I don't want to fight the end dragon yet. I don't want to add flight. Yeah, which is going to seem weird, but I feel like it'll just make the world feel really small, and I want it to kind of feel grand still. I have to go quite a way. I don't have any feather falling, so I want to drop my height. Not this. Most don't actually get down. Breaks really quick. Okay. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Do I like this? No. Are we getting closer to the ground? Yes. So we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Okay, I'm just going to expand this bridge out really quick, but I think we're close enough to that tree. Or mushroom? I don't know. It's that crimson tree. That we can jump down and build a little staircase up. That is giving me some ideas. But that's not for this. That's not for this episode. Come back to it. Let's see. What do we have around? Let's see. Alright, so there's... very bright in here. Let's see. There's the blue trees that way. What they're called. Just lava. Lava everywhere. I guess that's on brand for the nether. Alright, so now we're down... Get a little lower. Gotta keep an eye out for a... Also not getting killed. The local wildlife. Or residents, for that matter. looks like we've already attracted some attention. Okay. Get out of here. Alright, let's do a little run around. Alright, sir. Get out of here. I think I'm gonna grab one of these. The warp fungus should, if I remember right, ward off the hoglin. Take a look around real quick. I'm not seeing anything that kind of stands out to me. Okay, any fortresses? That looks really good. That is giving me ideas for builds in the nether, but that's gonna have to wait for being. We'll go this way. I'm gonna bridge that way, see if we can find something. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so I don't see anything out in there. There seems to be a basalt delta that way, and then I did see those blue trees up there. I do want to head that way. Was gonna go off this way, as you can see, but I think I'm gonna change my... He's gonna shoot me off. Alright, yeah, you know what? Let's just go down here, see if we can get a little bit lower. I don't want to be too high up. Start bridging over here. Be good to get swift sneak eventually. I'm not slow going across the gaps. For now, we're just gonna have to live with it. I don't want to get knocked off. Oh man, I hate the nether. This is terrible. I don't have a bow. So that makes things difficult. And that ghast is now causing me stress because I don't know where he's at either. Everything is terrible. We hate it in the nether. Ow. Ow. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back up. New plan of attack. I wonder if I move far enough away if they'll despawn. This is gonna be a very stressful experience, isn't it? Okay, looks like they despawned. This. Down. Quickly get across here. We want to dispatch this individual. See you later. Oh man, I hate this. Okay. Mushrooms there. That helps me not at all. Oh man. I'm gonna miss. Got him. Okay. And the achievement. Drop something. I'm not too worried about it. Let's quickly. Gonna be the best way to do this. Go off here and then make a sharp right turn. That might get us to where we need. So this is just gonna be super stressful as I go across. Okay, made it to the other side. I'm gonna just quickly hop down and build myself a little staircase. There we go. Stick a torch on that, so we'll need it, but let's get up here and see what we can find. Feeling like a fortress is going to be a little more complicated to find. Yeah. Well, those are bones, probably. Okay, that's a Soul Sound Valley. I can't remember if I'm on the update that allows happy ghast to spawn. Might as well walk over there. We might be able to get one. Right? Couldn't hurt. Alright, I see skeletons. Oh, and a fortress. Wow. Look at that. Can't remember if I can get a happy ghast, so I'm gonna look around. I can. I know I need to update my game already. Oh, hello. Let's not do that. I don't have a bow. I'm to another without a bow. Why are there scary noises? Alright. Nope. Okay, I need to get rid of you because there's a fortress there that I want to get into. And I am not going to bridge with you hanging about. Go too far. Oh, mercy. Get out of here. Okay, that was weird. Yes, Yes! There we go. Okay. My goodness, that was annoying. I think it's a good idea to probably collect some of this soul sand. Okay. Let's not fall into that. Oh, what is that? Huh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Didn't know that they dropped this now. I think it's good when... There's a blaze spawner. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I think it's good when fortresses spawn inside of soul-found valleys. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a good thing. At least for getting... whatever they're called. Wither skulls. We're gonna do a very dumb thing here. Oh, I do have it. There's like, there he is, right there. Do I go down there? Oh man, come on. Oh man, things I want. Okay, so we do this. I want him. This is how I climbed up. Instead of going up, let's go back here and then down. Should be able to get across and get us gas. That must be great. I don't know anything about happy ghasts. I know they need water. I guess I know something, but that's about all I know, is that they want to be in water. And then you can make them a saddle. About the extent of my knowledge. Kind of behind on Minecraft. Close that off. Don't need to have that much lava. Cool, everything cool. We're gonna go all the way down here. It's my bright red path. Boom. Don't trust this gravel. Oh, that was really easy to pick up. Okay. Oh, we have a ghast. Happy ghast. That's not happy. It's a dried ghast, right? Should I bridge from down here and go across, or should I go back up? We're gonna go from down here. Probably a terrible idea. We'll make it happen. So I guess while I'm slowly building a staircase up from certain death, I guess I could tell you what my plan is. Oh, there's blazes. Okay. Hopefully they don't see us. If they see us, we're in deep trouble. Anyway, let's make this quick. So, my plan is we're about 30 days off from day 100. I want to do a special for day 100, and I think fighting the Wither would be a good way to do that. So, the plan for this episode is to get enough Wither skulls in order to make that a possibility. So, we're going to be farming up Wither skulls, probably also blazes. And then I'm going to be getting ready for this fight. I'm going to get killed. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Fire. Please don't be the end. Oh, no. Okay. My carrot saved us. Oh, my goodness. Sir, why are you on my bridge? Get out of here. Okay, that was stressful. Not what I had in mind. Oh, my heart is pounding. Let's make some wood, because we need some placey blocks. You're a ghast. I'm on a very bad platform for a ghast. There's wither skeleton. Oh, okay. Try not to panic. I am very stressed right now. That's okay. You dirty dirtbag. Oh my gosh, I didn't even register that he was going to be hostile. Okay. I don't think we're safe. I know we're... In fact, I know we're not safe. We found a fortress. I think we need to go back and equip ourselves with a little bit of range. So that's going to require some villager trading. But you know what? That might be a nice change of pace for me while I calm down. Because, man, this place is stressing me out. So, let me run back home, and we're going to start working on a... probably an infinity bow. Sort out my inventory, and then we'll come back and we'll explore that fortress, because I feel very underprepared to deal with the stresses of the Nether without a bow. Yeah, I'll meet you back in the overworld. Okay, after that little diversion of about 3 days, we now have a bow. So, with that, I'm feeling a bit more confident to get into the nether, so we're going to head back to that fortress and get busy plundering it for all of its goodies, as well as seeing if we can get some wither skulls. So, this bow will definitely help out with all that, so let's get back there. This is unfortunate, but this is why we have the bow now. This is all going to be taken care of super quick. Okay, an overall uneventful jaunt back over here. Sure, once we get to the top of the staircase, that's going to quickly change. We just need to kind of get into the fortress and not be standing on the outside. Like, let's see. We have blazes, which is not fun. And block those shots for me. Let's see. Go. Oh, I'm broke. My helmet broke. That's unfortunate. Well, we'll probably have to get some maxed out armor of our own making. Like just what I made. Miss me. Oh, skeleton shit. Well, yeah, we're just gonna have to play this at range. I was gonna work on the pork chops, but I feel like carrots are probably just going to be safer, especially without my helmet. Yeah, we finally made it into the fortress. Oh, that's a lot of skeletons. Let's stay down here. I think it'll be safe. Honor, please. Nah, I think 11's okay. We'll just kind of bypass that for now. We might do something with a blaze spawner later, but for right now, I think we're good. Okay. This guy. Skull? Give me a skull. Give me a skull. Oh my gosh. We got a skull. Alright, well, there's our first one. I'm gonna farm up the second one. I'll probably run between this bridge and that bridge. And I'll bring you back once we have all three, yeah? Alright, let's do it. Oh my gosh, there it is. Just got another wither skeleton skull. So we've got two already. That is... We're making good time. We might be able to get more done this episode than I thought. But let's keep farming for number 3. That's the third one. That is the third one. Heck yeah. Actually, we got 2. Oh my gosh, we have 4. I killed this last one just because I can. Out of here. Alright, well, that didn't take as much time as I thought it was going to. We got some magma slime, or magma cream, not slime, and 4 wither skulls, so that's awesome. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. With that said, quickly grab up some netherrack, because I want to go to the other side of that fortress. I need nether wart potions. I do plan to use those for both the fight with the wither as well as later Probably when I'm fighting the Ender Dragon, if we make it that far. I'd like to have some slow falling bullets. But yeah, this fortress is really good for wither skeletons, as you can see. It's also really good for getting killed. So that's exciting. Cranston. What? I don't want to hit these big men, but I need to get through. Okay, here we go. I don't think I got another one. That's fine. I'm gonna run right past that blaze. We are starting to get a little low on food, so I'm just gonna try to quickly get out of here. Bones and cold, it's fine. I like this. I'm getting greedy. Okay. Follow me, mister. The two of you, come on. You got this. Fortress does extend over that direction. Let's see if okay, I made this. Come in here. Other. I don't want to get shot. Okay, yeah, we're in trouble. Okay, that's great. Place that there. This is my little safe cubby. Make it more safe. Hello. Get out of here. Okay. I want to get over there. I feel like I'm going to get shot off by a blaze. If I make a bridge. Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is so dangerous. More pieces. Okay, I don't want to fight them. Let's make a plan of attack. All I really have to do is just get over to that side of the lava lake. I think it. Hold on. Yeah, so I just have to get over there without dying. That's the trick. Let me see. Actually, you know what? I think if we just leave the fortress and get on the other side, we could just take a really long trip around, and that might bring us out. So let's do that. Get shot, of course. And not having a full armor or having that helmet is really affecting me. But we do have quite a bit of time left before I want to fight the wither, so we might do some mining to gather up some diamonds to make our own custom diamond set. It's gonna be untrimmed at first. I'll eventually trim it, but that's gonna be its own project. Then get that, and then get enough. Let's work on getting the enchants to make a maxed out set, so we're safe when we're fighting the wither. Ow. Here. Yeah, it should just be right across there, where that little giant lava fall is. Perfect, yep, that's right where I wanted to be. More wither skeletons. But they actually can't get me. Ah! It's for safety. Okay. Like a little thing here. I want to carry the bricks, so place them. Okay, this looks like a much bigger portion of the nether fortress. Hoping we can find some nether wart. That's the last thing I want to do in the nether today. Let's see. Stairs are good. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. This is working out great. Didn't take me too long to get the wither skulls, and even less time to grab those. I'm going to explore the fortress a little bit. I do want to see... What am I getting? Anything crazy I need? I know there's like loot chests that I could get diamonds from, and that might help. Get lost, so I'm gonna put a torch there just to kind of indicate that's where I'm in. This place is a maze. I'm not... Oh, there we go. There's a chest. with a single diamond, gold, nether wart, and a golden chest piece. How do I look? Dashing. Anyway, oop. Okay, I'm gonna break this so I don't come back to it thinking I need it. Gold. That chest with us. Yeah, I think I'm pretty satisfied with our nether trip here. I think we might find ourselves outside the nether now. I don't really see a reason to be in here. But probably, it'd be a good idea to grab some quartz. So I think on my way back to the portal, I'll just dig up a bunch of the quartz. Take more of the soul sand, though. Be good. Say soul sand, I meant nether wart, but I guess it comes with it. What's up here? Any chests? Probably eat. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at my food, I think I'll grab some of the quartz on my way back out of the nether. And I think we'll be done with the nether. Just kind of get ourselves ready to fight the wither at this point. So there's a chest down there I'm going to grab really quick and then we'll head out. Yeah, I'll meet you back out in the overworld and we're going to start getting ourselves armed and ready to take on the wither. I'm terrible. I am terrible. Alright. Home sweet home in the overworld. I'm gonna quickly empty out my inventory. I think time we jump back into the mines. Get ourselves enough diamonds to actually make our own custom set. As this one is, well, it's on the outs. So we do that and we'll jump into the mines and get ourselves all equipped and get ourselves a fresh custom set. We start by jumping back into a familiar cave and getting down to where I mined my first diamonds. End up coming across a ton of mobs while lighting the cave up, and even have a close call with a creeper. Once they're all sorted though, I collect a decent amount of ore ranging from coal and iron up to diamonds and redstone. Right, so after that mining adventure, looks like we came out with a bunch of iron, redstone, gold, lapis, copper. Mainly, I got my 31 diamonds. Pants, helmet, chest piece, and our boot. So fantastic. Plenty. Have our full set. Throw the rest in there. Alright, so I'm going to get smelting on these iron and gold and stuff and put that away. But now we're going to start working on getting enchantment books for all of these. Replacing this. just like that, we have a fully maxed out set other than thorns and the treasure enchants we'll get later. But yeah, our full setup, and I went with blast protection on the pants just so we can get mixed protection against the wither, because that'll be a big deal, and then also creeper so I don't get one shot. Not wearing my chest plate or it takes me off. So with that, I think the next thing I do, head to where we're gonna actually fight the wither, get that area ready. So head on over there. I'm actually gonna create the rest, get some emeralds, and then I'll head over there, get you guys over at the site where I fight the wither. Okay, unfortunately it is dark, but we are at the spot in which I want to fight the wither. It is a abandoned village. House is just right over there. Got a lot of work here because in my mind it sounded like a good idea, but definitely got to work on this area and make it maneuverable. I'm probably going to close up this cave. I did bring some resources over knowing that I'd have to do some terraforming. I've got some dirt, stone, cobblestone, and decide probably end up needing more. But I think what we're going to do is jump into a time lapse. I'm just going to kind of get this place cleaned up, at least remove a bunch of the trees, do a bunch of other, like, just make this area maneuverable, because I don't want to get stuck on terrain while fighting the wither. So let's jump into that time lapse now, get this area cleaned up, probably close off this cave, like I said, make the face. So yeah, let's jump into that next. To start this transformation, I begin by removing all the trees to get a better look at the terrain I'm working with. Next, I start working on cleaning up the roads, starting with the one that will eventually lead to the upper village. Next, I work on the roads heading towards my base and the central streets as well. Once they're sorted, I begin working on closing up the cave and creating a cliff face. When I'm happy with that, I begin work on the road leading up to the upper village and terraforming surrounding it. Okay, I am happy with the terraforming that I just finished. Just kind of looking at it though, from a bird's eye view, the village looks very empty. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a building here, 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 and lastly over here. Considered putting a few over here along this road, but with this ravine here, I have a different idea. Kind of fill in this space, I was going to add like a little mine entrance. I was going to pop into this cave that we've already and kind of clear it out as a way for me to duck in, and then I'm going to use these buildings as cover. So having a few of them around I think is a good idea. That's what we're going to do next. I just got to run back and grab some supplies and kind of take my stuff back, but yeah, I think we'll just pop up a few buildings. Got those up, we'll build the mine entrance, and at that point we're getting pretty close to day 99, and that's where, yeah, that's kind of where we're going to end it, and the nether wither fight being in the next episode. So, all that said, let me go grab some supplies, and think we might actually have the wither come out of the mine for a fight. We'll see. One problem is with this being just one layer thick, I spawned in the mine and blow up and then diving down. So we might spawn him actually up here. And I'll probably get rid of that lava just to make it safer for myself. Yeah, that will probably happen. Missed a spot. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go grab some wood and some cobblestone. Grab some moss so we can have mossy cobblestone to kind of match the aesthetic of these already kind of appreciated buildings. And we'll go from there. So, yeah. Okay, so with the houses completed, I think the next thing I work on is going to be a mine, and I think a good spot for it is going to be right here. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that looks a little bit better that way. Rails over a little bit. Just have them turn off. Clear out this part. Just have the rails kind of come off this way so it's not kind of obstructing. What I think we can do is take... I'm going to show that the villagers were kind of messing around with something in the nether. Collecting obsidian. Ultimately got the wither out here. Kind of plop that down there. So they had their obsidian kind of going. They were collecting ores as well. And do make block of cobblestone. Probably need a workbench out here, so we'll throw it there. Bunch of those together. What we can do is just we can pallet this up a bit. Just to add some detail. A little lantern on the top. So, yeah, I think this looks good. Now, I do actually want to go into the cave. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of pop into the cave here. Shot by a bunch of skeletons. I do want to make this secure just in case the wither does decide to go down into the cave for whatever reason. Or if I need to get away from the wither. I think that would be good to have that option to go hide in this cave. I do want it to be a bit safer than what it is. Very safe right now. I'll do anything fancy here, just kind of make it look like it goes in there. A little lantern there, but then I think I'm just gonna ladder down, so let me grab some ladder. Alright, so I just realized that I had my recording paused while I fixed this, but essentially we just moved it down one. I added some lights and some like ways down into the cave. What I'm going to do is just kind of light this cave up as a way for me to kind of duck into it if I need to. Also just get some ores. Some copper shouldn't be bad. But yeah, we're just going to do that for the next little while, and then I'll meet back with you guys closer to day 99 for final preparations, and we'll get ready to fight ourselves a wither. I am going to spawn it on top of that well right there, and I'm going to try and get up to the top to shoot down at it. Because thicker terrain up there. hopefully everything goes well with the fight. We'll go from there. So anyway, I'll bring you guys back for final preparations. We'll go from there. Alright, so we're back at the house. Just finished doing some mining over in that cave, as well as the one a little bit closer. Gathered up some cobwebs, and then we did find a, what is it, a geode. So I gathered up a few of those purple crystals as well. We'll kind of touch base on that in a minute. But mainly, this is what we came out with. So, ton of coal, a bunch of iron, got a ton of copper, gold, which this will be really good for building my golden apples. Then we got our redstone, some lapis will be good, and then we also got some deep slate diamonds. So, all good. I'm going to turn these into resource towers and tear them all down and get them all smelted. Primarily, I want these for the golden apples, like I stated. So let's do that, and I'll bring you back to kind of show you the final haul. Alright, finally got done with those resource towers. The haul comes out to be a stack and 47 of the gold ore, a ton of stacks of the lapis. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5 and then 14. A bunch of iron, 44 blocks worth plus 5. The copper was ridiculous. We've got, what is that? 3, almost 4 full stacks of copper blocks, plus 2 more, and then the coal at a stack and 55. So feeling pretty good on the resource front. I'm gonna get these smelting while we do some potion crafting and getting some apples ready. So let's jump into that next. I've got my potion tower just right there. Not sure if I actually made. Can't remember if I made a brewing stand. Let's go check it out real quick. I've actually not made the brewing stand yet, so let's do that next. Pretty sure it is just a blaze rod and 3 stone. Not. What do I make a brewing stand? 3 cobblestone. Bed. Let's toss those back in there. 3 cobble. Go get our brewing stand. We'll grab 1 more of these blaze rods. Put some blaze powder in it. Come up here. And plop that down. There we go. This is our little brewing tower. Couldn't think of anything else to put up here, but I kind of like the way that looks. Oh, I don't forget to put that blaze powder in there. I'm going to get some ingredients ready to go and get these ores smelting, and then we'll kind of check back in. Okay, so since we've got some gold smelting, we're going to grab these apples. Put up here, and I'm noticing I'm also pretty low on carrots, so I'm actually going to grab a stack of emeralds and go buy some of those. But we're going to take our gold, and we're going to make like 5. I think that's a good amount. First to work with. Don't need to use all of our gold, but at least have some on us. And then I also want to get some regen potions. Wrong way. So I think, remember right, it's going to be an awkward potion plus a gas tier. Do I have a gas tier? Actually do. That's surprising. And then, let's see, I think it's redstone that makes the potency more. I also want to make it splash, so we'll grab a gunpowder. Let me look real quick and see if it's redstone. Okay, so it looks like redstone will make it last longer, but glowstone, I swear I had some. Glowstone will make it more potent. I don't want to use glowstone for just a quick burst of healing. Alright, so let's pop that down, smash that, grab the rest of it. I think that's all I need. Run up to our potion crafting really quick. This. So it's a nether wart, and I think I need to put some storage in. Let's go grab 3 barrels while we're waiting. Okay. Climb back up here real quick. 2. Little shelf above it, and then we'll throw the nether wart in there. So we've got our awkward potion, and I believe it's the gas tier. If that makes us. Okay, perfect. So we got our potion of regeneration. Let's make it glowstone dust. If I remember right, when you eat a golden apple, it gives you a regen effect. So we'll eat a golden apple if things are getting bad, but we'll also have the potion of regen on us. So we can throw those at our feet to get a bunch of health and then eat the apple probably after, just in case things go sideways. Go. Potion of regeneration 2 for 22 seconds, and then we'll throw some gunpowder on it. That should get us right away for the most part. I'll move this up now. There we go. Okay, so we have our splash potion of regen. And we got our achievement. Good. And I believe because I'm using a inventory mod, it should auto replenish. So I think I only need to have one in my inventory. If not, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. These on my hotbar. Gotta go buy some carrots, so I think that'll be our next task. We'll do that real quick. I think for the most part we're almost ready to fight the wither. I'm a little anxious about it, to be honest. I'm going to love this world, and I'm getting a lot more ideas for the surrounding area. I'd hate to never be able to work on them. I think next thing is just putting the weather down, so I add extra like Heidi holes from it. Alright, as the sun rises on day 99, figure we'll do a quick village tour. Not much changed up on this end, but let's do a quick aerial flyby. So I added a bunch of trees to kind of show the perimeter of the arena, for lack of a better word. Did add some in the middle just to kind of add, some character, we'll call it that. I did fill this in with water. I think it'd be cool to kind of build a little bridge here eventually. Once we connect our main base over to here eventually. That'll come later. But yeah, let's kind of go through the detailing work that I did. I put lights in every house. That one's not too much, but coming down and around here, we come to our first house. As you can probably notice, part of it's fallen down. We got the wall that fell out here, part of the support beam, and part of the roof's all over the place. Thought it was a cool little touch. I don't see myself kind of going into here. I know that I said I'd be tucking into buildings for cover. We'll kind of see how that works out, but yeah, just, if I need to run into here really quick, I can hide in this corner. I kind of want to avoid stepping on or fighting the wither up here, because otherwise he'll knock me into this abomination. Anyway, like I said, more trees added here. Just added some lights into here. Not a whole lot there. This is one of the other houses that I built. Just kind of knocked out a few blocks, added some spider webs, kind of make it fit in with the rest of them. I did fill in the crop fields again. I know that I stripped them originally, but I kind of like them filled. If they get destroyed, they get destroyed. It is what it is. More trees. I bone milled a lot of this, and then I textured this cave, or I guess the cliff face. Added cobblestone and andesite primarily. Some gravel was already put in there. Then I added some buttons. Then I also added some cobwebs here showing that it's abandoned. Didn't do much with the obsidian or the cobblestone. Or, yeah, that is cobblestone. And then that kind of goes all the way. Textured all this. I like this tree. It's kind of goofy, but I like it. All the way back. Yeah, that's all taken care of. Next, I mean, not a whole lot more than that. Just kind of detailed the other ones with the cobwebs, like I stated. So there's one of the other houses, which has some cobwebs in it as well. Smashed out some of the windows, some blocks are missing. And the last building I put in more cobwebs and such. Yeah, nothing crazy, honestly. It was just kind of busy work, especially the detail work over on the cliffside, and then just doing some other stuff in the background, filling in some holes. One right there. But yeah, and then obviously I made this little pond. This is just kind of for future stuff. I did bone mill it just to kind of add a little bit, but hopefully the fight doesn't come over here. I think I'm ready to fight the Wither. I've got my golden apples. I've got my splash potion of regen, and I've got my milk bucket for when the fight's over. I can quickly clear the Wither effect. Got my bow. I think what I'm going to do, I think I mentioned this earlier, is as soon as I spawn him, I'm going to run up to probably the blacksmith and shoot down at him. He's going to fly up pretty quick to me. And then we'll kind of fight him from there. Yeah, we're just going to use the blacksmith as kind of the main point, and then if things start to go bad up there, I'm going to jump down into the valley. I don't want to fight too much down here, because with all the holes that we filled, I'd have to definitely stay away from the mine, because I'd fall down into this. And I think there's a few other holes, but anyway, we'll see how it kind of goes from there. But we don't want to fall into any of those caves, as I feel like at that point he's going to trap me, or the fight's going to get harder. Yeah, now it's just gotta wait for tomorrow. It's about midday, so I'm just gonna do kind of last minute checklist, make sure everything is really ready to go. And tomorrow we fight the Wither. Let me just know. Right there, yeah. I filled that hole. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm just gonna do last minute checks, make sure I have everything. I'm gonna try and get my saturation to go down, and then stop moving. That way I can have full saturation bar going into the fight, and then I can... Hopefully I won't need to use all of this, but I'm hoping this is all overkill. If it's not, good to have. Really don't want to lose this world. I'm in love with this world. This is my favorite world that I've ever made, and I'm glad that I'm able to bring you guys along the journey with me, but... Yeah, let's kind of hunker down for a minute, and I'll bring you back when it's time to fight the big bad. Oh boy, I'm anxious. Right, it's day 100. Moment of truth, see if I can actually do this. Want a clear shot that way, so... Let's go! If you made it to the end here, thank you so much for watching and for all of your support. If you liked this video, consider liking it, sharing it, and subscribing for more from me. Until then, I'll see you later.